Namaskar. Today we'll study anhydrotics and deodorants. These anhydrotics are also called as antiperspirants and they are used in case of increased sweating. So sweat gland, to the sweat gland there is sympathetic innervation. So the sweating is an autonomic function, sympathetic innervation is there. So anatomically it is sympathetic, but the neurotransmitter here is acetylcholine. This is the exception in case of sympathetic nervous system, where the sympathetic nervous system is supplied, but the neurotransmitter is acetylcholine. So physiologically it is cholinergic. So this is one exception. Anatomically it is sympathetic, physiologically it is cholinergic. So muscarinic receptors are there, and in stress there is increased sweating. Again, the sweating is a sympathetic activity, but the receptor here and the neurotransmitters are different. Acetylcholine is the neurotransmitter and receptors are muscarinic receptor. So stress, it is sympathetic activation. So sympathetic activation causes sweating, and when there is increased sweating, we call it hyperhidrosis. Okay, and hyperhidrosis or excess sweat increases the wetness, and this wetness encourages the bacterial growth. So this bacterial growth, okay, due to this there will be undesirable body odor. So what happens? This bacteria there acts on the organic substances present in the sweat, act on the organic substances, because of which there will be undesirable body odor. So to mask this undesirable body odor, we can use deodorants. So anhydrotics, also known as antiperspirants, they control hyperhidrosis or increased sweating, not normal sweating. These drugs are not used against normal sweating. When there is increased sweating only, these drugs are used. And the deodorants prevent the unpleasant body odor. So these two are in some way connected. How? These anhydrotics, by virtue of their drying action, because they decrease sweating, by virtue of their drying action, they also act as deodorants. So deodorants include these anhydrotics. Okay. So anhydrotics, if we classify, we can classify them as systemic and local. Systemic, we use the anticholinergics. Why anticholinergics? Because the sweat gland contains muscarinic receptors, and if we give muscarinic receptor blocker, like your belladonna alkaloid, like atropine, which is a non-selective muscarinic receptor blocker, blocks all the muscarinic receptors. So it decreases the sweating. And the synthetic drug is, synthetic anticholinergic drug is your methamphetamine. So these two can be used systemically. And similarly, locally, same anticholinergic can be used, the esters of belladonna alkaloid, hyoscine or scopolamine, and synthetic is propantheline bromide. These can be used locally. And in addition to the anticholinergics, locally we can also use the aluminum salt, aluminum chlorhydrate or aluminum chloride hexahydrate, which is a local astringent, block sweat ducts. Formalin form keratin flocks in the orifices of sweat ducts. And glutaraldehyde, a tanning agent with antibacterial and deodorant action. So all these drugs are called anhydrotics, and they are used in case of excess sweating, not in case of normal sweating, not to stop normal sweating, to stop excess sweating. And sometimes in some patients there is hyperhidrosis of feet. So in case of that, we can do foot bath with potassium permanganate with concentration of 1:10,000. And talcum powder we can use. We should avoid nylon socks, rubber footwear, and we can use open sandals. So all these anhydrotics, by virtue of their drying action, can be used as deodorants. And in addition to anhydrotics, we can use cleansers like sodium carbonate 20% in talc, masking perfumes, antibacterials like hexachlorophene, tetrachlorosalicylanide, trichlorocarbon, thiram, and bithionol. All these antibacterial drugs can also be used in deodorant preparations. Thank you.